Good day, beautiful people. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing great. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do you know that the choice of your maternity hospital will determine a whole lot of things? It's going to determine your antenatal experiences, your childbirth experience, and also your postnatal experiences. If you are pregnant, choosing the right hospital for delivery should be one of your topmost priority right now. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some tips that you should consider when choosing the right hospital for the safe delivery of your baby. But before I continue, if you are new to this channel, you're welcome. Please kindly subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in today. Without further ado, let's dive into our topic for today. You're welcome back. So tips to consider when choosing the right hospital for the delivery of your baby. The first tip that you might want to consider is to consider the proximity of the hospital location from your place of residence or from your place of work. You know, when you are pregnant, you are going to have to visit the hospital often. In fact, frequently. You have to visit the hospital frequently. And it's better you choose a place that is about 10 minutes to 15 minutes, let's say max 30 minutes drive from where you stay. I remember when I was in labor, about to give birth to my third child, around 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep all through the night, and around 4 a.m. in the morning I was already having contraction and my water broke. And thank God that the hospital that I chose was about 10 minutes drive from where I live, so I was able to get to the hospital just in time. So please consider the location, the distance of the hospital, the proximity of the hospital that you are choosing to where you work or where you stay, because you actually don't know if your delivery is going to be in the morning, in the afternoon, or even in the middle of the night. So hospital location and proximity to where you stay is of high importance. So tip number 2 is you have to decide if you would want to use a private or a government owned hospital. When choosing a hospital for delivery, you have to decide if you want a private hospital or you want to use a government owned hospital. Now, government hospitals are well equipped, they have the facility, and in terms of professionality, they have professionals on ground, so they have gynecologists and all of that. And it is also, using a government hospital is also relatively very cheap compared to using a private hospital. But the discouraging thing about a government hospital is the fact that it is crowded. Most government hospitals are crowded, especially during the antenatal visits. I remember when I had my first child, although I didn't use it wasn't a government hospital per se, it was a Catholic hospital, but it was still crowded. You know, I'll leave home by 7 a.m. for antenatal clinic and I'll be coming back by 4 p.m. And it was just so stressful. The number of women at the antenatal clinics are so large, you have to queue and all of that. But compared to the private hospitals are less crowded, so you can go for antenatal clinics and, you know, within 1 hour you're done, you're back home resting, you know. And good private hospitals too are well equipped but more expensive, so you have to consider what you want, what your preference is. So this leads me to tip number 3. If you've decided to use either a private or a government based hospital, you have to go on Google and search for any of the hospital that is close to you, whether a private or a government owned hospital, and then you get reviews on these hospitals. Get reviews on Google, get reviews from people that have used the hospitals before. What are people saying about this particular hospital? So that way it will help you make a informed decision. And this leads me to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is pay a visit to the hospital. Before you register in any hospital, visit the hospital, ask questions, you know, First, you need to ask questions about the antenatal clinics. You need to ask on which day does the antenatal clinic falls. Is there a particular day, or is it on every weekday? There's some private hospital that does their own antenatal on a particular day. Some do it on a Monday, some do it on a Wednesday or a Friday. So you need to find out. Then you need to find out what is the average number of people that comes for this antenatal clinic. So that will determine how long you're going to be staying for the antenatal clinic. And there are some hospitals that don't even choose a day. Their own is you can come at any time of the day, any time of the week. You see the doctor. They don't have an antenatal clinic. You just walk in and see the doctor, and the doctor attends to you. So you need to be informed about all of this before you register at any hospital. Apart from the antenatal clinic, you need to ask questions, most especially for people that are going to be using a private hospital. You need to ask questions about the kind of professionals they have there. Is there a gynecologist? Is the gynecologist always on seat in case of emergency? You understand? So you need to ask questions when you visit the hospital. Also, you need to ask about the accommodation. How many people are going to be in at delivery ward with you? Government hospitals is always crowded. Even the delivery ward is always crowded. You can have about 20 to 30 women in a ward. So you need to ask questions if you are going to use a private hospital. How many people are in the delivery ward? Is there a private room? So you need to get to know all of these things. Can my relatives stay with me overnight in case I'm admitted at the hospital? You need to ask all of these questions. Some government hospitals don't allow people stay with you once you're on admission. You're on your own. Some private too don't allow, but some do. So you need to know all of these things before you register at any hospital. Also, you need to ask about their facility. If you're going to be using a private hospital, do they have facility in case of premature delivery? Do they have incubators? Do they have a laboratory? Do they have a scanning center? Instead of you going for antenatal and they will ask you to go and do lab test outside, to go and look for where to do scan, stressing you. You have to ask for all of this. Is there a laboratory? Is there a scanning center? A diagnostic center? So all of these things, I usually prefer an hospital that has all of these things in-house. I don't like to go outside for any extra whatever. Once I go for antenatal clinic, let me do the test, the scan in the hospital. Don't send me outside for extra whatever. So you need to ask all of these questions. So this will determine your choice of hospital to use for the safe delivery of your baby. And also you need to ask, once you visit the hospital, you need to ask about immunization. Do they give immunization after delivery, or will they send you to an health center to go immunize, get your baby immunized? Some people give birth and in that same day, some private hospitals will ask them to start looking for health centers around for for their baby's immunization. So you need to find out about whichever hospital that you're going to use. Do you give immunizations to newborns? So all of these questions needs to be answered before you eventually choose a good hospital for the safe delivery of your baby. With these few tips, I hope I've been able to enlighten you a little on what to look out for when choosing a good hospital for delivery of your baby. If you've gotten value from this video, kindly hit the like button, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you.